This was a rare treat because normally I do these at the World Convention, but this year a world champion came to my district convention. And I'm going to call him into the shot now. Please welcome, what is it? It was 2001?
2005.
2005 world champion of public speaking, Lance Miller. Lance, welcome back to Toronto.
Thank you. Yes, Toronto. 20 years ago this August was the year I won the world championship here in Toronto at the Toastmasters International Convention. I've been back a number of times. It's always great to come back and see my friends in Toronto.
Okay, now when you're in Toronto, what do you like to do? What makes you excited to come to Toronto?
Well, every time I come to Toronto, I come to a Toastmasters conference. So the Toastmasters sort of determine what I do in Toronto. I don't have a whole playlist for Toronto, but I grew up in the Great Lakes area. I love the Great Lakes. I love sailing. I love canoeing. I love the north, wilderness of everything. So I feel very much at home here.
Great. Can you give us a little snapshot of what it was like to make it all the way to the top? Give us your contest reflections and maybe some of the contests before that didn't result in you being world champion.
Well, I mean, first of all, I felt, I was sharing my keynote today, I thought there was a point in my competitions. You understand, it took me 9 years to get out of my club. And it wasn't because I was a horrible speaker. I had some issues with my speaking, but my club at the time was the number 4 club in the world in Toastmasters. I had 95 members in it. And the club contest was harder than the district contest quite often. But still, I was struggling myself. And then, I went to district 4 times, I went to regions 3 times, I went to region 1 time. The second time I went to regions, I went overtime 1 second, got disqualified. And I was very clear that I was the favorite of that competition. It was a lesson I had to learn. I came back the next year and I lost at district. I lost a division. I'd been to region for 2 years. I'd been to the district for 3 years. I come back and I was cocky. And I was like, everybody knows that I should have gone to the show last year and I'm here talking to a division level audience. And I'm trying to get to the show. And it's sort of like, I should have phoned my speech in.
Right.
And I didn't really care about the audience. I was trying to just win the contest and go talk at International where I wanted to talk and compete. And I needed a lesson in humility. And this competition gave it to me.
Yeah.
And because of that loss, every time I speak in front of a group of people, that is the most important group of people in my life. And I never disrespect an audience after that because I learned that lesson. And all I would say is in the competitions, that losing competitions made me a better speaker. And as we get to see in Toastmasters, we're a highly imperfect organization. We're like the blind leading the blind. So there's people, we know this in clubs when we get evaluations. We get evaluations that are completely off the board sometimes because people don't know how to evaluate. They're learning to evaluate just like they're learning to speak.
Yep.
So a lot of times there was really bad judging in the competitions I was in from my viewpoint. And I think my viewpoint's pretty valid. And what I say is that bad judging made me a better speaker. Okay, bad speech evaluations made me a better speaker. The whole Toastmasters experience made me a better speaker because I went, okay, if that's what that person got out of this, or that's what they think, I need to be so good that no matter how confused they are as a judge or incompetent as they are as a judge, and I don't mean that in a negative way, everybody who comes into Toastmasters is incompetent. We learn competency by doing the program, so the person's on a certain learning curve that they're going through. They may not be able to recognize the intricacies in a speech to understand that speech was better than this one. So I need to be so good that nobody questions I was the best speaker. And I just said, okay, that's the bar I got to get over. So, one of my things is don't play it safe. Push your speeches. I would push my speeches as hard as I could, and I would find my weak point. And then I would correct it. And I came back next year with that weak point corrected, and now I'm pushing my speech as hard as I could, and I'd find another weak point. And I'd find something else that I wasn't doing very well. Maybe it was, my stage movement, my gestures, the structure of my speech, my transitions, whatever was going on, the speech didn't click, so I would find why not, fix it, come back the next year better. And that's what I would just recommend everybody to do. Use this opportunity as look, nobody gets fired from Toastmasters,
Yeah.
I was going to add, unfortunately, sometimes. Yeah, well, true. But, this is an opportunity to get out there and get in front of an audience, give it your best, You know, as I use the auto racing example of hitting the wall. You know, you're going too fast into the curve, hit the wall, smash your car up, come back next year, go, okay, I got a better speech this year. And because of that, I reached a point where I was completely willing to lose contests because I learned so much every time I lost one. I wanted to win it, but I was willing to lose it.
All right. Good. So just keep trying.
And a lot of people they get so hung up on winning it. They want to win it. They want to win it. No, be willing to lose it. Say, I'm gonna go up there and give it my all. And one of the things, I could have some weak points I'll discover, or I could have some really ridiculous nitwitted judges that can't see brilliance. Whatever, it's going to happen, and I'm going to go on and I'm going to live to compete another day.
Great. Now, you gave way more advice than I was planning on, but if you could give one piece of advice to every speaker out there, I don't care if this is someone given an icebreaker or going to win the world championship like you did, what can you give to every speaker who is watching this video?
There's a lot I can think of, but I think this is one of the fundamental things I see in a lot of speakers I coach. There's a tendency to want to get in front of the audience and tell the audience what they need to think, tell the audience what they need to do. And that's a little bit like saying, I'm the smartest person in the room and you're not. Mm-hmm. As speakers, we should share with the audience what we learned, because I will guarantee you, it happens every time I speak. There are people in the audience that are smarter than I am, that have been through tougher situations than I am, that have more experience than I do. And for me to stand there and say, this is what you need to do, and stuff, and I see this in competition speeches all the time. They have this call to action, and they say, what about you? Well, that may not relate to that person. Okay, so share your story, and they'll figure out. And here's the whole point. Rather than having your message forced on an audience, have the audience accept it of their own free will, rather than have it commanded upon them. And one of the other things with that is, maybe that person is not in the audience, is not the one that needs to hear that message, but they know somebody who should hear the message.
Yeah, okay.
So is also maybe you know someone who is, rather than you are not achieving your goals, or you have fears, or whatever your message is. Maybe you know someone, encourage them like Sally did to me, or something like that. Right. Help them like Sally helped me. You be the person that makes a difference in their life, like someone made a difference in my life. That now empowers your audience to go out and make a difference in the world.
So if I can sum that up, it's offer advice rather than give.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said share my story, and people will figure out. They'll figure out how to apply it to their life. I see this all the time. Maybe it's a book you haven't written. Maybe it's a trip you haven't taken. You're never going to guess what's going on with the audience member. Right. Don't try to. Just go, share the advice. They'll figure out what part of their life they need to apply that to, or what part of somebody else's life they need to apply that to help them. Great
advice. We're going to get to the penultimate segment here, which is one I like to call Go Plug Yourself. So... Yeah, you weren't ready for that, were you?
No, it's fine. I have a website.
Here, why don't you take it? There's no time limit. I'm even going to step out.
Let me step out.
You're going to step out, so it's all you.
No, that's okay. I have a website, lancemillerspeaks.com. I've got a speaking tips video that comes out once a week. I've got a lot of free material on it. I've got a lot of material on speaking, on running clubs, on how to promote clubs, on get membership in clubs, whatever. It's geared pretty much for Toastmasters. From that standpoint, I do some coaching, but I just understand I don't do Toastmasters full time. I'm the CEO of a company called Terra X, and we have a whole line of sustainable technologies we put into commercial buildings and agriculture. I use my speaking to influence the world, to find clients, to be a leader in organizations. So I'm not out there plugging myself as a speaker. If anybody calls me, I'm always glad to help. But that's not my business model, so I'm not trying to make a ton of money off that. I'm just always glad to help people. But you can always reach me through lancemillerspeaks.com if you want to reach me.
Great. Thank you very much, Lance. Thank you. I can see the timer. You've been very generous with your time here. Thank you very much. Together, we... Okay, you know what?
Us.
No second takes. This segment is called Best in the World. This series, is called Best in the World. That's because we can learn from some of the best speakers in the world. So we here at Last Right Speechcraft Services, we are going to lay boring speeches to rest. And when I say we, I mean you and I, with the help of people like Lance. We are going to lay boring speeches to rest by giving them the last rites.
There you go.
I can't believe I messed up my tagline like that.